Welcoming. So, what do you expect from this table topic module? May I just have some suggestions? Or maybe tips or anything else? Insights. What else are you looking forward to in this module?
Why are
you attending it?
How to speak quickly on a topic.
How to speak quickly on a topic?
How to approach
How to approach it? Topics. Okay.
How to speak like Drishyaa.
How to speak like Drishyaa. So yeah. But majorly, what we are going to have in this table topic module is three things. First thing, as you all said, that how to tackle your table topic. When you are brought into the stage and you just rush, you are in a rush that you have to speak on the spot. You don't know what topic, you don't know which topic, and you do not know that which direction should I head to in this particular topic. So how to tackle them. Secondly, the techniques. Certain techniques are there that how we can actually approach these table topics. What else we can incorporate them. What are the things we should make sure that we are having the do's and don'ts of a table topic. And thirdly, certain tips. The tips include the practical tips that we actually should use in any table topic, be it in a contest, be it in a club level, or anywhere. So starting with table topics. What are table topics? I think a basic knowledge that we have about table topics is that we are just called upon by the stage by this big boss of the Toastmaster called the table topic master, and we are suddenly given a topic on the spot and we don't want to come on the stage to speak on that, right? For example, you are called upon the stage right now and you are told to not just tell about yourself, but say you are given a topic when nothing goes right in life, go left. When nothing goes right in life, go left. What are you going to speak on that? Well, it's an unusual topic. You have no clue. Like, I've always heard of the fact that everything was right in life or it was wrong in life. But I haven't heard of the fact when nothing goes right in life, I should go left. And that's the moment you realize that I'm doomed. I can't speak a thing on this topic. So these are the moments when firstly we have to realize that when we are given such a topic, calm down, take a moment, laugh out what you can, but at the same time don't apologize for it. Many mistakes that many of the individuals do sometimes out of jitteriness, nervousness is that they come onto the stage, table topic master leads, and they suddenly just start speaking. Give yourself a moment first. And then when you don't know what to speak exactly, just speak. Don't say that, oh, I'm so sorry, I might not be able to speak on this. Or don't say, I don't know what to say on this. Because that's true. You might not know what to say. But instead, for example, right in life. What is right in life? You can start with a question, or you can say, the things that have gone right in my life are so and so. So what are you doing in this? You're specifically elaborating on the topic. So this is just a basic. So table topics is something that you come on the stage in Toastmaster specifically. You have to speak for 1 to 2 minutes, and it's a time limit. I would suggest for.
I have one question, like, since it's 1 to 2 minutes only, how to cover everything over there to make it productive, I mean, all the content and how just initial, conclude within 2 minutes. So how to get quickly to deliver in within 2 minutes? How to do that?
How to cover the whole content and everything, that's your question, right? Okay, correct. So when you come on the stage and you have only 2 minutes and 30 seconds is the grace time, right? But do not take the grace time into your consideration, because often we are humans, social beings, that we take into consideration, okay, we have 30 seconds grace time, and we just take advantage of it, unconsciously. So I would suggest that once you come to the stage, now there is a structure that you should follow. Of course, when you're coming to a table topic and you don't really know that, okay, this topic is going to come, so firstly I'm going to say this about this, this about this, this about this. What you can do is that have an intro, body, conclusion. This is the basic structure for any speech, 7 minutes. Similarly, for a table topic management, 1 to 2 minutes. Now, in this time period, you can divide it as in, like, you can't really divide the timing that this much seconds I'll give to this, 30 seconds I'll give to this. But approximately you can divide it in terms of cards. That's a trick in Toastmasters. Green card, yellow card, and red card. So when you're speaking, your intro starts. Okay? So let's first talk about the structure. We'll gradually come upon your question also. This might answer it.
Sure.
So in case it doesn't, please do let me know. So when you start with your table topic speech, for example, give me any topic right now. Any one topic.
Orange is the new black.
Sorry?
Orange is the new black.
Orange is the new
Black.
Black. Okay, nice. Orange is the new black. Now a totally absurd topic. I've never heard of it. I'm totally confused what to speak. So once I come, I can start with like intro. Now this intro can be a quotation. It can be repeating the topic. It can be taking a pause. These three are the things that you can do once you come to the stage. For example, I come. Case number 1. Orange is the new black. Now when did that happen? Was it the time that I was busy studying for my exams? Or was it the time that COVID hit me so hard that I could think of nothing and things have changed and now orange is the new black? So here I just repeated the topic. So once you repeat the topic, it gives you time to think on it. You might not take it really like logically that how does that millisecond give you time, but it does. And the second is you give it a voice. Give the topic master voice. You come. Now, one of the tricks that the world champions do is that they stop once the topic the master gives. They do at the audience from this to this. They give 1 to 2 seconds, not more than that, because more than that it will become a bit absurd. So 1 to 2 seconds they give a look at the audience, and then after that pause, they start. So what happens in that? The most advantageous thing. You start to think on your feet. You might feel like that I might not get the idea, but try it out. It will help you. That's second number. Okay? And the third case being, you can start with a quotation. In many topics, you will have a quotation right on the spot. For example, if there is a topic like change is hard, but it is necessary. Change is hard, but it is necessary, Toastmaster Drishyaa. So I can perhaps start with the quote, nothing is impossible. Because the word impossible itself says, I am possible. Similarly, the changes in our lives that take place, how impossible are they to bring up? So this way I started with a quote. So these are the three things. In this way you can start with the introduction structure of your speech. Now when you start with the introduction, it goes into the fact of the body. The body covers the major content of your speech. And the body is equal to your example, experiences, or what you really want to tell in that speech. Many people, what happens, and it has happened several times to me as well in my club when I was having a debate topic speech, that I was given a topic, and as I was starting with the introduction and going into the body, I diverged from the topic. A lot of times it happens. So try not to diverge from your topic, even if you're the best speaker in this whole world. But if your topic does not make sense to the topic that is given to you, if your story doesn't make sense to the topic that was given to you, so it might go to a bit of risk. Like not experience-wise, but yeah, achievement-wise. So the body content, now in the body content you have the experiences. Whatever you started with, for example, orange is the new black, and I said that, okay, when did that happen? Was it the time that COVID hit and my exams were there and etc. etc. Now I can go to the body part, which is the reasons. Either reasons or experience. Here I spoke about my experience, that oh, I was busy with my life. So now I can say that orange is the new black is a new thing for me. And certain things like these have been happening for me again and again and again in life. Like such absurd things are happening, and now I take an absurd experience from my life, which correlates orange is the new black. For example, hustling in life is the new luxury. Hustling is life in life is the new thing that all the trendsetters, content creators, entrepreneurs are following. So that's kind of orange is the new black, and I'm relating to that. Right. So here I bring upon my personal experience. Now when you are bringing your personal experience, the time part that you were mentioning, till the green part, you tell about your story, you tell about your experience, you tell about your own example. But once the green card comes, now you have to be on your feet that, okay, now is the time that I conclude my speech. And now while I'm concluding my speech, I have to make sure that I end it in a way that it's not absurd that, for example, okay, orange is the new black, this happened to me, and I hope you learned the lesson, thank you. Or I just ended with that wouldn't really make an impact, and neither would it be really appropriate. So, and effectiveness. A lot of times, there is a very important thing in our, like, the way we see speeches, evaluate speeches, effectiveness is one of the qualities. So, effectiveness is something that is marked on this, that if you're having a smooth flow, if you're having a good transition, if you're having a good, good connection with the story and everything. So, by the green card, now the ending comes. And I can end with the fact that, okay, now here I give a overview that I believe in this, that orange is the new black, this happened with me. So my call to action to all of you, what is that? Conclusion has two things. Either it has what message I want to give you, or what call to action I want to give you, or the second thing is in my conclusion that I give you an overview that what I talked in my speech. So it's kind of a mini speech if you look at it, like it's not a 7-minute speech, but it's a mini speech, but in the end you are giving an overview. So either by giving the call to action or message, or you are seeing the summarizing thing of it. So when you do this thing, you are almost in the time, because by the time it's green card, you start wrapping up your speech and your yellow card is almost being up in 30 seconds. And in case, because it happens a lot, in case you are in your yellow card and you have still not reached your conclusion card, and you're like, oh my god, red card is starting to approach. Now this is the kind of things that in international speech contest or in normal speeches also, we try to inculcate that we should have an emergency ending, right? Plan A, plan B. Plan A is like, I'll end it like this. But table topics is something unpredictable. And you can't really plan that, okay, I'll have a plan B like this. So what you can do is that if you're thinking that you're too much in the rush and you can't really end it on time, just repeat the topic once. So in the end, I would just like to conclude by saying, or in the end, my call to action to all of you is, and say that one thing that I want to say. For example, orange is the new black. That is something if you are following, and if you are taking out the essence of that topic, that maybe being different is the new norm, or being uncommon is the new common. If that's what you're deriving out of your speech, so you just say in that one line by saying, so in the end, to all of you, I would just like to say, and you end it by that. So I hope that timing part got cleared by this. Or is there any doubt?
Yeah, most of the part.
Most of the part. Okay, I hope gradually we cover more of it. So just to reiterate or summarize it, intro, body, and then conclusion. Simple. But in your intro, you start with either a quote or repeating a topic, or by giving a voice, looking at the audience, making eye contact, and then start. These are the three types of intro that you can do. Yeah.
Or your emergency part which you talked about, you can repeat how to, sometimes you know, whatever conclude it properly. Whenever the game or the card is playing over, we need to conclude as fast as we can. But we are not able to, cover the content as much as we could. So how to just emergency conclude the speech?
How to cover up that content with the limited time?
Limited time, or since as you talked about, suddenly we have to emergency, we have to close the speech. You suggested just to repeat the quote or then repeat the topic. That is one of the way, or is there anything else we can also be added?
Yeah, these are one of the ways that I suggested, that in case you have no time left and you are like, I have to wrap up within 10 seconds. So you just repeat it by saying that in the end, my call to action to all of you, or in the end, deriving from my studio, something like that, and you start, and you end with your one statement. Like these are one of the ways that I follow. So yeah, that you repeat your either the topic that was said at first, or what you are deriving it out of the speech. Like some of the table topic speeches that I listened to during my contest, like when I was preparing for the contest. Okay, so one of the things that you can do is that when you are going and preparing for a contest, table topic speech contest, you see a lot of table topic speeches. Like not only live, but also before that you listen to them, because you want to know, okay, how do champions do? How do they speak? How do they approach the topic? So what I observed in that was that they do this, that what was said in the topic. So don't you believe me that, and they say that, like, now do you believe me that orange is the new black? So they end with that. So that is one of the rules. So this is about our table topic. We covered the structure of the table topic and how to tackle it. So now let's move to techniques as we are going forward to it. Now techniques wise, we don't have a very extensive, I would say, broad approach. We do have, but it's better as a human to just keep your mind centered on 2 to 3 techniques, because other than that you are going to get confused a lot. At least that happens with me. That if I try to put my fingers on 4 or 5 things, then I'll get confused and I'll not be able to focus on even one thing. So 2 to 3 techniques that I can suggest to you is, firstly, I think this everybody has heard of, especially Toastmaster Drishyaa and Toastmaster Sachin, because they are experienced members, the Oreo technique. I think they have, yeah. So a lot of you must have also heard of it. Oreo as being in simple Oreo biscuit spelling O-R-E-O. O is your opinions, R is reasons, E is experience, example, yeah, and O is reinforcing your opinions or your overview, yeah. So when you are having a table topic speech. So these techniques, they don't tell you that that's how you ace it, but these are telling you how you approach it. For example, when you're given a table topic, that say another topic, let's confront it with that. Do you believe in love? Let's say the topic is, do you believe in love? Now, if I have to go by the OYO approach, firstly I'll give my opinion, whether I believe in love or whether I don't believe in love. And I'll start with, no, I don't believe in love. What kind of hoax is it? What kind of lie is it? And that's my opinion. Second is reason. I'll move on to why I believe that love is a hoax and I don't believe in love. That will be the reason. E will be experience, or E would be the examples that you want to go to. Now whenever you are giving a table topic speech, give your personalized examples, because that always works, that always gives a relatability element. And whenever you're on stage, be vulnerable, as much vulnerable as you can. Because having that vulnerability element in your speech, that is something that gives an authenticity to your speech, that originality, that okay, this is me speaking and not the robotic speech that I'm speaking of. So reasons, then we went to the experience example. I'll be giving my example, that why that reinforces it. And then lastly, I will be going into reinforcing or re-establishing my opinion that I stated first. That okay, or giving an overview that in the whole speech this happened. For example, we took the topic that do you believe in love? So I come to this speech. So I start with the fact, love. No, I don't believe in love. Why would I believe in love? It's such a hoax. It's such a lie. With millions and millions of people getting in the scam of love, I don't think that anyone should believe in love. Now this is a very pessimistic view. But talking in my experience and the kind of atrocious experiences, malicious experiences I've had in my life with the people I love, I think anyone would believe me. And then when I talk about my story, really, I had a person that I loved the most, my boyfriend, my everything. And in the end, he betrayed me, he left me, and here I am, broken. But this was one of the reasons why I believe that love is a hoax. There are several others too. Speaking about my example, but I'm sure there are many other examples in this room too, who believe that love is just a hoax, love is just a lie, and you don't believe in love. So, with my experience, with your experience, don't you believe me that love is blind and love is hoax. So that was a kind of a table topic speech where we gave the opinion, we don't believe in love. We gave the reason that I don't believe it because this experience happened. We gave the example, the experience that happened, that okay, I had a girlfriend, he left me. And after that experience, we gave a hope that okay, that I don't believe in love, this experience happened, and I'm sure several other examples are also there. And then I ended with the fact that love is a hoax, love is a lie. So like you were saying that how to end it, we ended it like this, that we just reiterated the message that we want to say, what we believe in. So that's the OYO technique. Now talking about the second technique, which is the one that we use all the time, is we try to use it all the time, is creativity plus personal experiences. Now many times you are given a topic on the spot and you are just wondering that, okay, this is such a unique topic, like for example, orange is the new black, that's such a unique topic, and you have to really think out of the box. You can't really have a subjective, an objective meaning to it. For example, if I give you a quote like, be the change you want to see in the world, that's a pretty easy one. You know that, okay, it's talking about change, it's talking about bringing something new to the table, it's talking about what we want to see in the world, and it's talking about what we want to see in ourselves, right? And you have a very objective interpretation of it. But what if I give you a topic like, you have 24 hours, you can make any change in the world, and nobody would know that you made it. If that is the kind of topic, which is totally like superficial, now this is the kind of topic you really want to think out of the box. You can't have a general interpretation that, okay, 24 hours, I got it, what is the logical answer to it? Okay, maybe I'll have world peace, maybe I want to bring global warming down, maybe I want to protect all the endangered animals. That's a pretty objective one, and nobody would want to really give you a good, like they would give you applause, they would like the speech, but nobody would be that interested as compared to the person who brings a creativity aspect to it. For example, we have 24 hours. Okay, if I had 24 hours and I could do anything to the world, I would travel to Antarctica, I would go to South Korea, I would see BDs, and after that I would also travel to the aquarium. And when the person is giving me one thing to another, like they're bringing out of the box element, the audience is more likely to be more interested and think that what's happening in this speech. This is something which is not conventional. So such topics where you think that, okay, this is totally subjective, this is something that is totally superficial and I don't think that there is a logical answer to it. So in these cases, you incorporate your out-of-the-box element and you also incorporate your personal experiences. So one of the examples, if any of you attended the last year's table topic contest, which happened, eloquence? Yeah, eloquence. Yeah, the contest that happened. So one of the contestants who scored the first position, he did a very interesting thing. I don't remember exactly what the topic was, but he incorporated an element of his own physical ability. Like he did a cartwheel. And when he did that cartwheel, that was something totally out of the box. Nobody expected it. And that's the best thing about this approach. When you have creativity, when you go out of the box, nobody is predicting it. In table topics, everybody is predicting the same kind of wavelength when all the contestants are going through, because everyone has the same topic. But when somebody goes out of the box and incorporates the creativity into it, that's the point where you become different from the rest. So incorporate something that you know that the audience is not really going to predict it, and neither are they going to expect it, and coming to your personal experiences. In that same speech where the person did the cartoon. So as far as I recall, this topic was something related to not giving up and trying again. So in that topic, it was that he incorporated the element that his son was the one who pushed in that, no, you should do it, and you are not that old, you can still do it and all. And he did that cartwheel, and that was an element of the sign that he can still do anything, and age is mobile and change is possible. So he incorporated his personal story that my son, he encouraged me. My son, he was the one who pushed me. This happened in my life, that this experience happened, and because of that, I did that. So when you are doing your personal experience, personal example, and then incorporate something out of the box, that works pretty well, especially in contest one, I think so far. Now coming to technique number 3, which is EDTM, past, present, and future simple. Whenever you are having a table topic speech, you just have to tackle it in a way that, and this is very important and very useful in conventional topics. For example, if you have a pretty easy topic, what would you do to overcome procrastination? Or what would you do if you have to make the earth back to a very healthy normal state? How to overcome global warming? If something conventional is coming, sports, environment, news, politics. Usually politics won't come because we avoid that in this class, but news, anything going, ongoing in the world. If something like that is coming, that it has happened in the past, it has happened in the present, and it is going to happen in the future. So that kind of topics, you can tackle it in a way that first you tell that, okay, it existed in the past like that, in the present it is existing like that, and in the future, it can exist like that. Like one of the examples being artificial intelligence. Now that's something that existed, I think that's a wrong example, but because it didn't exist in the past. Let's talk about computers. So computers existed in the past, right? And it was something mankind invention. Everybody was really happy about it, really boggled about it. Like, what kind of invention is that, right? And then in the present, we have come to so far of an extent that we don't really have computers and laptops. We have thin slit screens that we can just touch and literally be in it, right? But in the future, I believe we can actually be in the laptops. I believe we can be inside the screen. So here, what I'm doing, I'm talking about the past and how it has been. I'm talking about the present, how it is right now, and what in the future it holds the potential for. Talking about environment, like earlier we had a really great environment. The nature was as luscious as it could be. We were enjoying ourselves. We were the mankind, and today we are the mankind. Like here the expression plays a role. So today, in today's time, it has become so horrible. It has become so atrocious that nobody wants to take even a step out of the house. And in the future, I don't think that even this kind of mankind is going to survive. Because the environment is just going to go worse and worse and worse because of the mankind activities we are doing. So, past, present, and future. These techniques, 3 techniques that we have talked about, these are like different, subjective. You can use it as per the topic you do. Like for example, we'll be having the table topic segment right now after the module. So you can actually gauge it that, okay, this kind of topic is coming, maybe I can put PP here. Or if this kind of topic is coming that this is totally out of the box, okay, maybe I can really put my creativity and personal experience. or otherwise there is both. But all of these techniques that we learned about, these are pretty theoretical in nature. We're just talking about it, right? And I'm just telling you through examples that okay, this and this and this. Now let's just come to the tips, tricks, and do's and don'ts of table topics. So first and foremostly, get as much practice you can get for table topics. One of the basic common misconceptions we have about table topics is that we cannot predict it, we cannot practice it, we cannot really know what kind of topics are going to come, how they are going to come, etc. But what if I told you there is a way that you can actually prepare for table topics? I mean, table topics too is a skill after all. Like when you speak, when you are giving a 5 to 7 minute speech to a delivering a team on, you're practicing. You know that okay, I have to first speak this and this and this and this. There's a structure. But in table topics, the trick is you have to practice it as many times as you can. Even if the topic is not same and it will not be the same, but practice it as much as you can. And how? By going to different Toastmaster clubs. Now, when you go to different Toastmaster clubs, firstly nobody knows you, so your shyness goes away there. Now this can work two ways. Either you are really shy and scared, what's going to happen? People are going to judge me when I go and I just babble out. Or the second thing can be, okay, nobody knows me, who's going to know me even after my terrible speech? So this goes both ways. But when you practice in different table topic speeches of different clubs, first you get an essence of how tough or how easy the topics are. And really, in contest, when you see the YouTube speeches of the world champions, it's not that hard. Sometimes they give you really easy speeches. And such easy speeches just to confuse you. Because a lot of time people get confused. No, it can't be that easy. Just because the topic is given like this, no, it can't be that easy. It can be overthink ourselves into it. And sometimes, I'm not saying that difficult topics do not exist. They do exist. Sometimes there are topics that you will be like, what just happened? Like for example, I heard orange is the new black. I was like, what just happened? And then there was one topic that I was listening to in a YouTube video that said that what would you do, what would Mother Earth say if she was able to speak? Now that's a mind-boggling topic. I don't know what Mother Earth would say. I have never heard her say anything except for storms and thunder. So that's a superficial topic. So hard topics do exist. But the probability is more that you are going to have easy topics. So that's number one. Practice as much as you can, visit different clubs, and this shall also be your motivation to visit different clubs. So secondly, when you come onto the stage, first thing that you need to do, stand and listen. Now listening is so underestimated in table topics, I cannot tell you. People literally underestimate listening to a table topic. What happens is, you are so nervous. You are in your table topic competition, for example, the area level. You are coming with the pressure, oh my god, I have to perform. I've been nominated in the area level, I've won the area level. Now what will happen? I have to listen to the topic, I have to do really well. All these pressures are going in your way. Sometimes you had fights with your spouses, with your siblings, with your children, and you don't know, no, my mind is not right, my state is not right. But guess what? You have to leave that behind. You have to leave your stress behind. Because being in the moment, the quote that always goes, or the saying that always goes, that be in the moment, live in the present. That is actually applicable in the table topic speeches. Because you come to table topic speeches and you forget to listen. You are so nervous, you are so jittery, that what the table topic master just said, you just forget it. And sometimes people also forget because even after listening it, they start really well. They start really good on the exact wavelength of the topic. But as they're constructing and weaving their story, they forget that what were they supposed to say. Like for example, I've given a topic and I'm giving a very good start to it. But gradually I stop remembering that what exactly was the topic was. Why am I telling the story about it? So that is what happens. When you come, listen, be calm. Because even after the table topic master is telling you twice, you might get jittery and you might just lose it. So be in the present and see that what exactly is the table topic master saying. Sometimes it also happens that the topic is something and you say something or you hear something. Like for example, certain words like love or luck, they can really interchange. Or sometimes the same word can mean different things. So see it in that perspective. If the table topic is what is love, but you heard it, what is luck? Now the whole perspective the whole speech changes. And even though you gave a really good speech, but after all it wouldn't really work out, right? So that's number 2. That be calm, be in the moment, and be in the present, because that's really gonna help. Okay. Third is that once you're coming to the stage, now you're in the moment, you are hearing, you are looking at the audience. Now give yourself a moment. A lot of times people just rush into it. That I'm given a topic, oh my god, I have to speak, I have to speak, I have to speak. I have to speak right now. You have to speak right now. You don't have much time. But give yourself a moment to breathe in, take a deep breath. Or even if you don't want to take a deep breath, just look at the audience. The pause technique that we were talking about, it really helps you to get your guard down. That you know that okay, it's alright, it's gonna be fine. So don't rush to it. Take a pause and then just start with your topic. Now these are certain rules. What are the rules? Now once your jitters are off, once your nervousness is off, well, nervousness and jitteriness is one of the main causes where people lose by the way. Like some people have this mindset that, for example, if I'm going first in table topic segment, it's a huge disadvantage. And some people even have that kind of mindset that if I'm going last in table topic or even fourth in table topic, that's a really big disadvantage. But guess what? In either case, you are going to speak on the spot and you are not going to know the topic. And the second thing is that even if you are coming right now, at the moment, be it first or be it in class, you have your own benefits in that. The first one, you are coming on the spot, so you are getting done with it and you are really happy that okay, at least I'm not suffering in the anxiety of it and what's going to be the topic, etc. And when you're going last, even that's a benefit. Because by the time you're going to have the aspect of just calming yourself down, that it's going to be alright, it's going to be fine, we are just going to do it, it's going to be fun. So don't ever let your mind be conquered by the thoughts that okay, what's my position is going to really define me, that what am I going to do or what am I going to speak, because that does not make any sense. So be it first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth or anything, it doesn't matter, you just focus on yourself. And when you come on the stage, don't really get that anxious that you forget everything. Some things that people do are the power poses, that they just stand like this before the table topic master calls them on stage, like, or when the essay says that okay, it's not going to go. So that's one of the poses you can do, the Superman pose. Or the other thing that you can do that I used to do a lot when I entered Toastmasters, just shake your hands. It takes all your nervousness away. It shakes it off, that the fact that you have to go on the stage and you have to blabber it off. So that's one of the things. And last thing of tone is don't focus on the results, please. I know you're going for a competition and you really want to win it, and I know it's very important, and sometimes it's very important because you're going for the first time. But don't let that get into your head. That takes the wheel away. Many people go with the idea that I have to win today, I have to really give my best. Now this is what you have to give your best, but you have to win. That's the wrong approach. You are going for there to win, but what you have to remember is that you are also going to enjoy yourself, and it's going to be something that's a totally different experience. If you are going there for the first time, guess what? You are going to have an interesting experience, because the first times are always the best times. So when you go to the stage, like this has happened with me, so that's why I'm telling you that last year when I went for the area level contest, I was very nervous, and I already had one thing in my mind. I had to win, because I'm going to area level contest. I can't lose. Now that played with my mind so bad that it gave me a pathetic performance. Even though my topic was good, my speech was good, but it lacked those elements that the judges were maybe looking for. Could be effectiveness, could be loudness, could be grammar, etc. And this time when I went, the good thing was that I didn't put the pressure on my mind that I have to win. This time I was like, okay, I'm going to give my best, but I have to enjoy myself. If I don't enjoy myself, that's the point where I'm losing myself. And this time I did enjoy it, although a lot of glitches happened with my mind, like when I was speaking. So this also happens, that when you go to the contest and you're speaking on the mic, especially the corner mics, you're speaking, and you never realize that when the mic goes off or when the mic goes a bit unstable. But don't get afraid of it, because that will happen. Just keep going. They say now that the show must go on. Similarly, if you are facing such difficulties or such barriers, just go on, because your speech is not going to be obstructed by any of that. If you're speech content is good and the way of your speaking is good. So even though like such things happen, just go with it, just go with the flow. And yes, don't go with the mindset that will. Go with the mindset that I have to really just enjoy myself and I have to take the experience for as it is. Because trust me, my failures have taught me more than like my successes have. So it's better to really just enjoy it. So those were the certain do's. Now certain do's that we can do. So certain do's we already discussed, like start with a quote, start with a pause and all that. But quotes wise, not every quote fits. It's not that you'll get a topic and for example the quote is that be the change you want to see in the world. Now this quote will not go in every single thing. Or the best way to thank your future self is to take the current actions, something related to that quote. If you're taking any quote like that, motivation quote, these usually fit. But I would suggest you that before going to table topic speeches, like when you're preparing for table topic contests and speeches, so have 3 to 4 quotes handy. That okay, I have these 4 quotes that are too generic and they might fit in. Because the chances are you might fit in within those topics that will come. And whenever you go for table topics, now this is the crucial element. Remember that some stories are the ones that go with all table topics too. Many world champions, they really have a set of stories planned. Like they have 4 to 5 stories that okay, then whenever any topic comes, I have to shape it in such a way that this story gets covered. So even if you had any experience and you say that I'm not a good writer or I don't know, like I don't want to write much and all, just take a paper and just note down your experience or incidents in one line. Because when you read those incidents every month or once you're preparing for it, so those stories will get registered in your mind, those incidents will get registered in your mind, and when the topic comes, voila, you never know when you can use those topics and you actually have a successful table topic. So these are the certain do's and don'ts. Apart from that, I would just say that table topics is a tricky thing. Table topics is something that everybody is very, very scared of, because majorly our fear comes to the fact that people will judge us and we will get nervous. But let me tell you, people will judge you anyway, whether you do good, whether you do bad. But the trick lies that you have to just be with the fact that okay, whatever comes to my mind, I'm going to speak that. Whatever comes to my mind, I really want to just be with the flow. And whenever you are telling a table topic speech, please do not divert from what you are trying to speak. If today I give you a topic and you are telling me about the story, but then suddenly it went to something else, so it might not make sense. Like any topic, for example, that comes off your mind.
Labor never goes unrewarded.
Sorry?
Labor never goes unrewarded.
Labor never goes unrewarded. So I start with the fact that hard work is the key, and you have to work really hard in life, and things are not really easy. And when I talk about things are not easy, I remember mathematics. We all struggle in mathematics, don't we? It's a subject so tough, so ridiculous, and it's just difficult to do. And I used to go to tuitions every single day to just get better at maths, but it did not happen. And as a result, I did not score good in my marks. I did not have good rapport with my maths teacher. Now you see, it's getting totally diverted. From labor does not get, never gets unrewarded to maths. It's not connecting. You lose interest. You'll be like, the topic started from there. Why is she going to there? So maybe you can start with, okay, labor never gets, goes unrewarded. Even if you're talking about maths, okay, you say that, okay, I tried a lot hard in maths and, I tried to make a lot of efforts. But even after that, I could not succeed. But that did not mean that my hard work on those sleepless nights went waste. Because those nights taught me how to work hard. Those nights taught me that always and always be determined and never lose hope. And those nights of mathematics taught me that my labor is never going to get wasted. It's never going to get unrewarded. So here, even if I'm talking about maths, I'm connecting it with the story. So this makes sense to the judges and the people that, okay, now it's making sense. It's not something absurd that she's talking about. So that's what I'm talking about, that go with the flow. Don't go here and there and there and there. Just be with it. And be it any table topic, be it your club levels or area level or your division district level. But one thing that matters the most is practice, like different areas, different clubs, and at the same time be stressful. Because if you're not stress-free, your mind is somewhere else. You are physically present here, but your mind is present somewhere else. You are physically present that okay, I'm here in front of a lot of people, but my mind is on the fight that I had with my best friend, and she told me that she doesn't like me. I told her some hateful things too. So be stressful. And for your next favorite topic, there was one idea.
And it would look like a prepared speech if they have already prepared few quotes and few stories.
Yeah. So your question is, would it look like a prepared speech?
Yes, if we have already prepared few quotes, if we have memorized few quotes, and if we have few stories in our mind.
I tell you, that's a really good question. Because a lot of people have this dilemma that if we are really going to tell the story, or if we are really going to tell this quote, they know that it's planned. So that's where the boundary comes, that you don't have to be totally having one story or two stories totally prepared that I'm going to tell this. Because if you do that way, it's going to be looking very scripted and it's going to not have the authenticity which I can do it. But have an overview of it. That if the story comes, I don't have to exactly tell the scripted story what happened. I have to just have the element of it. That I can fit it in different topics. So don't totally learn the script or don't totally learn the story. Just have an overview of it. That okay, this happened and the lesson from this was this. So in this way, don't have the total overview of it, but just a basic idea of your story. So that it doesn't look very, very scripted. But yeah, the quotes part, that does not look that much scripted. Yeah. And yes, when you are giving a table topic speech, that reminds me of a very good thing, that give your message very clearly. Because messages are very important table topics. If you're not giving a table topic with a good message or a good takeaway, what's the point of your table topic in a way? Because if your table topic is humorous, it's a different thing. And people enjoy it. Humorous is one thing that almost everybody enjoys it until and unless it's not offensive. But the tough thing is that having a humor in your speech is not an easy thing to do. Not everybody has the aspect of, bringing your speech humorous, making your speech humorous. Some only have the capability of making it motivational. Gradually they learn it. So similarly, if your speech is not humorous, so do have a takeaway for sure. Even in the humorous speeches you can. So wherever your speech started from and you are now to the concluding point, give a message you want to give to the audience from that topic or your from own experience. Like when I gave the table topics this time in the division level, so the topic was that take action, take chances and there won't be regrets. Take chances and there won't be regrets. So I told the story that I had the opportunity to be selected in my debate club team. But I was so shy, I was so pathetic that speaking and my intrusive thoughts got me over that I could not do it. And I could not really block that it got into me. But I took the chance. I went to the club and guess what? I did get selected. And when I'm talking about that, in the end I said take chances because if you are taking a chance, you have an equal probability of getting that success, but also getting a learning from that failure. So in the end, what do you choose? A chance, opportunity, or risk? So you can also end up with a question, but do have a message or a takeaway in your speech so that it feels like a wholesome speech. And it has a good structure, good beginning, body and ending. See, introduction and ending part. These are the most easiest parts you can actually have a good, hold of. Because beginning as we discussed quotes and all everything. Ending, repeating or having the message or even asking the question. What do you think? Or if the topic is orange is the new black. This is a really incredible topic. I think I'm going to write a speech on that. So orange is the new black. Do you also believe orange is the new black? Or something like that. You can also end it with a question, but do have a message and a takeaway. So for your next table topic speeches, I would like to give you all these positive affirmations. You can keep it with yourself, and I think if we have less people, or if we have more of these, you can have even 2 or 3 of them. But these are just to have you give a positive overlook for your table topic, the next speech you are going to give, and have a positive mindset that okay, we can do it. It's not that difficult. And no matter what, just 2 things to ace your table topics. Practice. Get the jitteriness off your stomach and chest, because once your jittery game is gone, let go of that jitteriness. That just ruins you. So you can just pass it one by one to different people. And yes, now we are at the end of the table topic module. If anybody has any questions, alright. And if they don't have any questions, sayonara.